He's a great dad, and he deserves to be here. And I'm happy that he's here.
And Sybil has, here it is. She wanted to write hers out.
Sibby.
Very
Because
professional.
we were talking about things that people don't know about Melvin that they might be interested in knowing.
Wait, I need to open this.
Okay, here you go.
You gotta hit our
There you go.
back here.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
My dad loves to play with me. He loves tickle fights and he watches TV shows with me.
Tickle face. Very good.
TunaBeats.com.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everyone is doing well today. I am grateful to be sharing this video today with you all. A video that kind of touched my heart and inspired me to want to make this content. Was to just to show some positivity and light, on relationships today, and to show that there are still some quality men and quality women out there who are actively engaged or getting married or are happily married in today's day and time, because I'm a true believer that marriage is still worth it, that marriage is something that you should do if that's something you feel called to do. And at the end of the day, like when it comes to just having families, that's one of the main importances of marriage. So the main reason I'm making this video today, I saw the clip of this couple, and the children, and how they were, showing gratitude towards their fathers, and, pretty much letting their father know how much they appreciate him, showing it to the world, and showing how good of a father he is. And a lot of times, in our society today, there's a lot of men out there that don't feel the appreciation of their wives or children. And then on the flip side, there are some that do. And I'm here to share that light, because fathers are very key and essential in our lives, and our livelihood, in terms of our survival. How the young people today are growing up, and more so, just how, kids develop, in their early stages of life. And in all honesty, like we live in a day and age where fathers are heavily needed with what's going on in this world, not just for protection, but the provision of knowledge, wisdom, and information, especially for young sons growing up in our day and age. So, as I watched this clip, the white woman and the black man, with their two children, it was amazing to see, that these people truly admired their father the way they did. And good on the woman, good on the mother, on the wife. I'm pretty sure she sets a good example for her daughter of how to, love that man, or pretty much love her husband, and showing that example to her daughter. I'm not in that household, so I can't say and speak solely what goes on. But, just examples like that, showing gratitude towards a father, showing gratitude towards each other, are the examples that children need when it comes to relationships. Now, someone who, aspires for marriage, sees myself married, married to a beautiful woman, one of the main things that I take pride in is learning from lessons, whether they are good or bad, from previous relationships that were shown as examples to me. As children, growing up, one of the main things that I can say is that as a child, when it comes to simply being a good person, being a good father, being a good husband, you know, I learned a lot from my dad of what to do and what not to do. And I'm not going to bash him on this video, but he did do some good things in his life. He did do some good things as far as how he was as a father for me. But I can certainly say that I do wish that my mother was a lot different. But I won't, you know, bash her in this video. At the end of the day, one of the main things that I think that we should do more of is pay a lot more homage and respect to a lot of father figures and male figures that are worthy of being praised for how good they are. Not just as men, not just as workers, not just as, you know, people who are contributing to society, but as husbands and fathers, caretakers of families, showing their loved ones how much they matter, how much they truly care about their family members every day, working to provide, to protect their family from all forms of hurt, harm, and danger. You know, and I honestly believe if we showed more homage and respect and loved our fathers a lot more in our society, we wouldn't see the suicide rate the way it is. There would be a lot more intact families. Women would grow up a lot more mature and loving of themselves. They would be a lot more conscious of who they are and what they're doing, especially in the black community. Really in all communities, Latino, white, Asian, whomever. But one thing I can say is, just watching this clip, it inspires me to want to be a good father myself. You know, take care of a child. And so to have a child is one thing. And I'm not just saying praise fathers, you know, just to praise them just because, oh yeah, you know, I'm a father, I put a child in this world, or I helped put a child in this world. No, simply being there for that child or those children, loving on those kids, guiding them, teaching them. You know, you can clearly see the example of that because of how those children were able to talk about the examples of how he spends time with them. You know, a lot of people don't realize, but, you know, as parents, the time that you spend with your children matters. The time that you spend teaching them, helping them to mature and to grow into good people, adults, in our everyday society is truly essential and is key to what makes and builds happy families. You know, there's a saying that broken people come from broken homes. And I'm a believer in that. You know, I'm someone who grew up in a family where my mother and father never got married, but I lived with them at different times of my life. And I can honestly say that even though I lived with my mom and father at different times of their life, I had step-parents that came in and pretty much stepped up and played a key role in my life. But as I look at this video and I look at, you know, how children are being raised today, you know, the functionality of our society, it starts at the home. You know, we learn common sense, we learn respect, really for authority and people in our you know, homes from our fathers and our mothers. So the fact that, you know, this family is still together, you know, hopefully this couple stays together and that they're happy, they stay married. I wish all the best for them. I wish all the best for married couples in general, no matter what race of people out there. Whether you're married within your own race or you're interracially, I wish all the best for married couples in general, simply because I'd love to see a turnaround in our society where people get along, where people can look past color and political biases. You know, and a lot of that starts with the proper training in our homes today. Teaching that it's okay to love people no matter what color they are. Teaching that it's okay to love people no matter their political differences. That there's still, you know, a way to get along with people that you may or may not disagree with. And that's where parenting comes into play. So one thing's for sure, two things for certain. You know, just listening to that video, just seeing that clip, you know, I'm really glad that, you know, there are examples of women who are respecting their husbands, you know, but who teach their children to respect their fathers, and children that show appreciation for their fathers. And hopefully it stays that way. You know, and one of the main things that, you know, I also want to talk about, you know, in this video is seeing how people come together, you know, to talk bad on toxic masculinity, to talk bad on having fathers in households. And I saw that growing up within my own community, you know, trying to eliminate the father. I saw, you know, women here and there having kids, or talking about wanting to have kids without having the man there. And a lot of people don't realize, but fathers are some of the most caring people in their children's life. You know, and it's hard and disheartening to see people want to, you know, eliminate a father figure simply because of how they grew up. I'm definitely not for that. I'm definitely for, you know, being a man that's in my child's life. You know, no matter, and this is a video for all fathers, no matter what color you are, white, black, Hispanic, Asian. If you're a good father, you're in your home, you're taking care of your children, you show respect and homage to your family by taking care of them, nurturing them, protecting them, providing for them. That's very key in today's society. That's needed. And honestly, one of the main things that we truly need today is just, you know, bringing back a sense of patriarchy. What it means to be a strong father in a household where children feel a lot more protected, where children feel safer, so that society can be safer. I'm a believer that the more secure a home is that a child grows up in, the more secure they'll end up growing up to be as adults. There are examples of that. Now, some may bring up examples of, you know, oh, you know, there are homes where you have two parents involved, but somehow the children, you know, don't mount to be anything. And yeah, you have examples like that. But you also have a lot more examples of single mother, single parent homes where the children aren't as successful. The children are coming from broken homes, ending up, you know, a lot more likely to go to jail, to commit crime, having mental health breakdowns, mental health issues, not feeling loved, vying for attention on social media, so on and so forth. And these are things that we can solve by simply, you know, creating that environment again where fathers are back in the homes, going against the system, now that we see what the system is all about, and implementing what it means to be a father, to be a mother, to be a team again, raising children. One thing I can say is I grew up, you know, as a young teenager, I saw women who had children out of wedlock in my own family. I have sisters who have kids out of wedlock. And I'm not going to judge them, I'm not going to talk bad about them. But the one thing that I always told myself, always vowed, I said that I will end up married before I have kids. And I declare that. I will be married before I have any kind of child in my life. I declare that being married before I have a kid is essential for the health's sake and the livelihood of that child or children, so that they don't grow up in a broken home. They grow up in a secure home where they can be loved, nurtured, taught, and trained right. And pretty much show that they're valuable. More valuable than what society's going to give to you. We have people growing up in the world thinking that the world is going to give you validation and respect simply because of a few likes on Instagram or social media. And don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with, you know, feeling happy about praise that others give to you. But one thing I learned, especially growing up, is you gotta love yourself. And it all starts at home. So that's all I wanted to say and talk about in this video. If you're a father out there doing a good job, you deserve to be praised. If you're a mother out there, you know, who takes care of her family, her children, the way this woman did, you know, as far as how she's, you know, showing respect to her son, her daughter, and her husband, that's an amazing thing to see. So keep up the good work to you amazing fathers out there and great mothers. And one thing I just wanted to say, you know, is a new saying, a new catchphrase of mine that I'm gonna add in my video. No. Well, I can't even think about it right now, so I won't get too much into it. But that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching or listening to my video today. And if you learned something great, you know, take this video to pass it on to encourage somebody else today, you know, no matter what they're going through. But thank you for listening. Have a great one.